feel like I've gone through a bit of a misdirection in life. That I'm always looking for some kind of reason why I do what I do and some kind of logic behind it. But at the same time, it also feels like I'm missing the point. I think this journey for me started all the way back in high school, where I felt like I was so lost in life. I didn't know where to go. I didn't know how could I be a better version of myself. How can I grow? How can I be a better me? So I did something crazy. I started reading Jordan Peterson's book, 12 Rules for Life. I reasoned with myself that maybe I don't know what this whole life thing is about, but maybe other people can teach me. So I did all these things. I read all these self-help books. I got into self-help in general. I think, was it that year? No, the year previous, I had no friends. And unironically, that was my most productive year. I had no friends. Somehow having no friends made me extremely productive. I would literally go to the gym like every day. And then, yeah, grade 11 hit and I was kind of lost. I didn't know what to do. I felt like the world was asking of me things that I was not capable of doing. Letting go of video games, letting go of fun, letting go of things that excited me, and trying to focus on school, trying to do the best I can in school. No, wait. Yeah, that was the year. Yeah, I started reading self-help books and I went to the gym that year. I had no friends. I had no friends in grade 11 and that was also my most productive year. So the secret is, guys, just have no friends. You'll be extremely productive. Anyway, jokes aside. That year was hard and difficult for me. I felt really lonely. I felt extremely lost. But I used that time to just look for answers. And it feels like ever since then, I've been looking for answers. Why am I the way I am, and how do I get past that? How can I be a better person? Can I be a better person? Is there a way for that to happen? Maybe there isn't, but at least I can try. So I read 12 Rules for Life. I think I wrote Mark Manson's book, The Subtle Art. Yeah, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Blank. Those two books really made me who I am, or gave me direction in my life. I don't really think I ever realized it, because when you're young, you read things, and then they become a part of you, but you don't really realize they do until later. And I've internalized most of their lessons, and I think that's self-help helping, you know? That is self-help helping. Then I got into college. First year of college, I did pretty well the first half, because most of it was just a retread of grade 12. And then the second half, I basically shit the boat, not going to lie to you. And then even the year after, I was just so lost in life. I was in a place I didn't want to be, and I felt like I was forced into it. I was doing all these courses I didn't give a shit about. I was in this degree I didn't really care about. I just felt like the world was against me, and I'm just like trying to keep up, you know? Trying to keep up. So I didn't keep up. And that was, in a sense, my rebellion to all this. To being forced down this path that I don't really care about. And I say this now that I was forced down this path, but really I didn't even know what path I wanted to go down anyway. Right? The weird thing about life is that if you don't pick something, if you don't pick a path to go down, life will pick one for you. And then you'll get even more depressed than you already were. So here I was, going down this path. And that second year of university, that was the worst year of my life. I completely shat the bed. Absolutely. All 5 of my courses I was behind on. God, telling my parents that is probably one of the worst things I ever had to do. In the end, what I managed to do is, because I had a friend in one of the classes who's literally carrying me. So, one of the classes I think was just easy. One of the classes I had a friend that was just carrying me. The other 3, though, I had to let them go. I had to let them go and take them again next year, delayed by a year again. Delayed by a year. I should have graduated 2 years ago, honestly. But this one mistake has kind of led to my degree taking 6 years total. When really it should have been 4, maybe 5. And that's when I really went, or I don't know if really, I felt like there was something wrong in life. I felt that I needed to I needed to do something. I needed to do something for myself. I needed to find some help. I needed help. I needed help. I couldn't handle life on my own. Or at least, I was not handling it very well. I could use help. So I went online. And I tried to find self-help wherever I could find it. And thankfully, I found Dr. K. Dr. K's channel has quite literally stuck with me for the last 3, maybe 4 years. And has been so incredibly helpful for just understanding the human brain and where it goes wrong and why it does what it does and how to deal with it. I think that's pretty much the biggest resource that I've learned from over these years. Dr. K and Healthy Gamer in general. But you cut to now, and sometimes it feels like I'm still making the same mistakes that I did in my second year of university. And it's tempting to think that, like, maybe I haven't changed at all. I've gone through this entire journey. I've gone through all these things, all these self-help books, everything. I've gone through the ringer, man. I've gone through the ringer. And yet I still make the same mistakes that I did like all those years ago. Am I the same person? Have I not changed? I used to think I was better. I used to. In movies and in TV shows, you always have the character and their fatal flaw. And their fatal flaw is something that, well, is fatal, and it'll cause them trouble all the time. And the story is about them getting over that flaw. And then finally, when they finally get over that flaw, the ending of the story is literally just them fixing that flaw, showing that they can change, showing that they can be a better person, and not have to be ruled by this one small flaw in their character. So that's what they do. They fix their flaw at the end of the story. And it's implied that they'll never have to deal with that problem again. But it's not the same in real life. There is no simple fix. There's no simple one and done and it's all over from there. I wish there was, but there isn't. Life is not that easy, where you can do one thing and then suddenly all your problems, or maybe not all your problems, but the one big problem in your life is gone. No, that stuff sticks with you. That stuff sticks with you all these years. I think maybe I'm too harsh on myself. That, yeah, 100% I have become a better person, a more holistic person since then. But that's not to say that I am the same person since then. I am not the same person. I'm different now. And while I still have the same problems, it doesn't happen all the time. That's not the direction I wanted to go. And while I still sometimes have the same problems, when you look on the whole, I'm in such a better place than I was all those years ago. I'm in such a better place. It's not that I haven't changed, that I was wrong in thinking that I'm better now. I'm not wrong. I am better now. I am a better, more holistic person now. More moral person. And even such a person makes mistakes too sometimes. I think maybe there's something in there about that, even though I know all these things about psychology and self-help and motivation, they still haven't gone at the root of the problem yet. And maybe that's because the root of the problem is actually quite simple. And you can't explain it away with narratives and trauma and psychology. Maybe it's just so simple. Maybe it's something really simple. Like doing work is hard, difficult, and it requires a lot of focus. And you know what? At this moment right now, I just don't want to do it. And then you get distracted and go down that rabbit hole for a bit. I guess what I'm saying is that sometimes we overcomplicate the problem. But the problem is really kind of just simple. And healing and fixing yourself is a lifetime, like a lifelong journey. There is no magical event that'll change your life. It just happens slowly. And if you're lucky, you'll never have to worry about it again. If you're unlucky, then you'll be stuck with it forever. Not many people are unlucky though. If you're thinking about it, if you're doing things, if you're focusing on it, I think you're in a good place as is. If you acknowledge that it is a problem, then you're in a good place already. Life kind of handed us a deck of cards and said, go at you. This is what you need to do, and this is what you have. This is what you want to do, and this is what you can't do. I think the greatest skill a person can have is the ability to understand themselves and work with themselves. Teamwork with yourself. Imagine that. To tackle life's problems. Something that strikes me is that on the other side of the world, people are suffering. People are dying. And yet, they actually have reasons to be depressed and feel the way they feel. And yet those same people are so motivated to do something with their lives. And we're over here complaining that we can't focus on our work. There's some feeling depressed about that. Feeling lost, feeling like we don't know what we're doing. Feeling like the world is unfair. It expects us to work when all we really want to do is just be lazy and sit around and do nothing. There's some weird irony in that contrast. Some weird irony in in all that? What do our problems really mean in the face of all that? What do they really mean?